The band is Walk Off the Earth. That's Red Hands, 80s, 90s, and now 98.3 The Key. It's Big Jim. It's Stacey Lee at 6:47 on your Thursday. All right, so we've been waiting all week for this. I know Stacey's just been chomping at the bit. If you're a big fan of Orange is the New Black, let's welcome her to the show. Alysia Reiner, how are you?
Good morning. Hi, guys.
All right, Alysia, tell everybody who your character is.
Okay, so I'm Fig. I'm Natalie Figueroa. I am the assistant to the warden, who we've never seen. So I'm sort of the erstwhile warden, the boss of the place. And as Stacey and I were talking about earlier, I'm kind of a badass. And I have a little 4-year-old, and people will come up to me on the street, and they're like, dude, you are a badass. My daughter will say, Mommy, what's a badass?
Your character is definitely a tough. Well, you're at a women's prison, and the people below you are the warden's a man, and you're running him into the ground. Which
I'm running it. I am running it. I love that they've written it, that it is a woman who's running this prison.
Okay, so
says a lot about the show.
This is a Gingy Cohen creation. Gingy Cohen, in case people don't know, if you ever watched the show Weeds.
Oh, okay.
She also created the show Weeds, and I absolutely love Orange is the New Black. It's a Netflix original. Tell everybody kind of the premise of the show in case they haven't seen it.
So the premise of the show is based on a woman's actual memoir. There's a woman named Piper Kerman who spent a year in prison. 10 years earlier, she had run some drug money one time, and it sort of catches up to her 10 years later, and she spends a year in prison, and she is as unexpected a character as you'd find in prison as you can imagine.
Well, yeah, because she's an upper class, white woman, blonde
class,
hair.
White girl. Yeah.
And the crime
Even
happened.
blonde.
It had happened so long ago that it's like, really? She ends up in this women's prison with all these kind of hardcore women that came from all these random backgrounds. And so that's the grit of it. And I will just tell everyone listening, because we have a lot of moms out there, it's not a show you can watch with the kids.
No. Definitely not. Definitely
it's
not.
one of
What's very
those.
cool is different people relate to different characters. I could turn to you, Stacey, and say, which character did you feel most connected to? And everybody has a different comment on it.
I found it interesting, and I can't think of the character's name, the one woman that actually got released from prison, and she was out of prison, and she really didn't know what to do with herself, so she ended up back in prison,
Yeah, well, and that's based on a lot of truth. There's a lot of, I was lucky enough to do a bunch of research. I both read the memoir, and I watched a lot of Locked Up Raw, and I watched a lot of Billions Behind Bars, and then I visited an actual prison, and I did a lot of interviews, and that happens because to have a bed, to have food every day, to know where you'll be every day is sadly a rare thing for some people in this country.
Okay, so tell us now, you guys are filming season 2. Is this going to be completely released all at once like season 1 was on Netflix?
It will be, indeed. That's our model.
Okay, and when can we expect for the new season 2 to come out?
2014. Netflix is only saying 2014, so we'll see when exactly it will be. And people keep on asking me, like, what can you tell me about season 2? And I keep on saying, my producers tell me I will end up in orange if I tell you.
Yep.
Okay.
But I can promise you, I read the first episode of season 2, and I went, oh my God, no way. So it's fantastic. It's really fantastic.
Alysia, I want to change gears a little bit. You've been in a lot of other stuff, a couple of different movies and shows that I absolutely completely hooked on. Number 1, The Sopranos. So tell me how you're feeling about the loss of James Gandolfini. Can you believe it?
Oh my God, I can't believe it. He was such a big teddy bear and such a prince and such a consummate professional. And I was lucky enough to both see him, work with him on the show, but also see him live on Broadway. And he was such an extraordinary actor and such a great man. It's a real loss to our community. Very, very sad.
Yeah, and I told you earlier about For the Love of the Game. It's a movie that I've never seen the end of, and of course, you said that you were in the end of that movie. So go ahead, reveal it to me. What did I miss?
I won't tell you. I can't tell you the end of a movie. That's a spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
All actors will tell you can't tell the end of any movie. And you can't. It would ruin it for all your listeners. If you want to know, tweet me at Alysia Reiner, ALYSAREINER. And actually, we do something with our show because we don't do live tweeting because everybody's watching at different times. We do something called visiting hours where you hashtag Ask Orange and tweet cast members or tweet Orange is the New Black. You can ask questions and I'll answer them.
Look at that. Cool.
I like that. Yeah. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2014 is all we know. So anybody listening this morning, Netflix, you got to find Orange is the New Black, watch it, get totally caught up, and then get ready for 2014 season 2. I can't wait, Alysia. It's so nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Have a great holiday weekend, guys.
All right, you too, Alysia. Take care.
She couldn't tell us anything, but it is being very recognized in Hollywood, and you guys absolutely are going to love the show. You got to kind of like a gritty, real. If you ever watched Weeds, if you liked Weeds, you're going to like Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
So that's all I can say.
I can't believe she wouldn't tell me the spoiler of a movie that was 14 years old.
You have to go rent it and watch it.
Really?
Again.
Come on, I'm on the only one on the planet that hasn't seen the end of it.
You need to get Netflix and watch Orange is the New Black and get that movie.
All right. Hollywood headlines, we'll get to that. Taylor Swift, I Knew You Were Trouble. We'll get to it next.